Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Now, here's John Truman Wolfe.
Hello, everybody. John Truman Wolfe here. John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, coming to you from the beautiful Los Padres National Forest, north of Los Angeles. Beautiful day up here in the mountains. Sun's shining. The snow from last week is almost all melted, and it's gorgeous. Hope it's nice where you are. We'll start the show here with the day's financial statistics. The Dow Jones 32,862 off 153, but it's pushing 33,000, and it's not going to stop. I mean, I say this almost every week. But it's true. I don't know where the top of this is going to be. You can't keep pouring hundreds of billions of dollars of funny money. By funny money, I mean the kinds of money that the Federal Reserve Board prints up or creates digitally, and not have the Dow or stocks go up or the real estate market go up. Jerome Powell made a talk in Congress, made a speech in Congress, I think it was today, it may have been yesterday, where he said they're just going to keep pouring $80 billion a month and into Treasury bills and $40 billion a month into mortgage-backed securities. So $120 billion a month, they're just buying debt and throwing the money into the economy. He says, he talks about the wounded American economy. Poor Jerome. Well, if you're an investor and the rates on Treasury bills, Treasury bonds, Treasury notes, and those are the three different kinds of government debt, just for folks or a piece of information if you don't know. Treasury bills are short-term debt, Treasury meaning I think up to a year. Treasury notes go 2 to 10 years, and Treasury bonds 30 years. So what happens is that the government issues this paper, these bonds, and then the Fed just clicks a mouse and generates, as I said, $100 billion a month. And as this money continues to pour into the economy, and interest rates on the bonds are, they could sneak under a snake's belly. If you have a savings account, you try to get interest on a savings account. What is it? 0.25% a year, maybe 0.5%. I mean, it's insane. So if interest rates on bonds, which going back several years is what people used for decades as kind of retirement income. I mean, those bonds would pay 5-6%. State bonds were tax-free. Then that's what people did with their excess money. Now, those bond rates are in the toilet, and so the money goes into the stock market. The stock market continues to rise, and it's going to continue to do so. All right, we're going to come back and talk about some more about equities, gold and silver, the cryptocurrency markets. I'm John Truman Wolfe, and we'll be right back.
When you invest, what do you need? Investors need foresight and prediction so they can invest with confidence. Is the stock market going up and down? What about precious metals or Bitcoin? The stock market may be treading water right now, but now may be a more opportune time to invest in precious metals. Are gold and silver booming? What do you buy? Bullion? Mining stocks? Which ones? The cryptocurrency market is also advancing strongly, but which ones do you buy? John Truman Wolfe, former banker and #1 best-selling author, gives you the answers in his widely read newsletter, Strategic Strategic Financial Intelligence, available at strategicfinancialintelligence.com. Wolfe called the breakout of the gold market and the breakout of the silver market. He may not have a crystal ball, but his investment picks tell a story. Metals and digital currencies are on the move. Don't miss out. Go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com and get the Strategic Financial Intelligence newsletter today. strategicfinancialintelligence.com.
And we're back. I'm John Truman Wolfe, and we're back with the day's financial statistics and moves up and down and sideways. So just to finish the point I was trying to make, to the degree that the Federal Reserve Bank, Jerome Powell in this case, but it hasn't changed really over the last several years, continues to pour hundreds of billions into the economy of funny money, the Dow will continue to go up. And there's no sign from Jerome Powell that he's going to stop this. And rates continue to be in the basement. The S&P 39.15 off 58, and the NASDAQ 13,116 off 409. Big hit on the NASDAQ. The precious metals, gold 1737 off 9, and silver 2615 off a penny. The precious metals have just been kind of hanging out in that area. Gold bounced up from in the 1600s. Last week bounced up into around, it was at 1750. It's kind of down now to 1737. It's just hanging out there. Silver been hanging out at 25, 26, $27. The precious metals, in my opinion, continue to be in a holding pattern in what is a broader, if you look at it strategically from a longer term, bull market. I think I think they're great investments for long term. That this is not like cryptocurrencies, which are the opposite of gold and silver in terms of movement, because the precious metals tend to move slowly, although sometimes you get big moves in the precious metals, and I think such a thing is in the future. But right now they're like, up a little, down a little, up a little, down a little. But I think they make great sense to buy and hold as underlying part of your investment strategy. I wouldn't put everything in precious metals, but I'm a big fan of them. And I'm a bigger fan of silver than gold because I think you get more bang for the buck. The silver graph looks insanely strong. I mean, it's strong. I don't think you can go wrong with silver. I don't think you go wrong with gold either. I just think you do better with silver. Okay, so the difference between the precious metals and the cryptocurrencies is, there are a lot of differences, but one is the volatility. Although the cryptos have been, kind of quiet the last few days, but when you look at the cryptos, you have to look at the last few days. Bitcoin today, 58,154. It has made this, let's call it a charge at 60,000. Last week, I think it was last week or towards the end of the prior week. Anyway, 5, 6, 7 days ago, trading days ago, it hit 61,000, and it looked like, okay, good, it's broken 60 grand, and what's the next stop? 75,000 probably. But then it shook out, came down well into the 50s, and then it's kind of climbed back up from that shakeout, and I'm just talking about over the last, several days, and has been trading in the 58,000 range for the last, couple of days. It's off 0.5% in the last 24 hours, but it's strong. We've talked about this before. People talking about 500,000 Bitcoin, 300,000 Bitcoin. It seems, given where it is now, that 75,000 is not at all inconceivable in the next, I don't know, few months. That would be my estimate. 75,000 by, where are we? We're the middle of March. I don't know, end of April, beginning of June. Because when Bitcoin makes up its mind to run, it runs. Seriously runs. Ethereum's been doing essentially the same thing as Bitcoin. By that I mean just hanging out in a kind of a quiet range around 1,800. It's been a little above 1,800, then down a little bit. It's at 1,789 last I looked. And it's been, again, toying 18 and 1820, 1810, then down 1,780. Right now, 1,789, off 1.9% in the last 24 hours. The cryptos are off a bit in the last, several hours. You can watch those. If you watch those markets closely, they ebb and flow. They're up and they're down. And they tend to run consistent with how Bitcoin is doing, but not always. There are times when Bitcoin has just kind of been sitting there, and the altcoins, and again, definition of an altcoin is any coin other than Bitcoin, have been on a run. And I'm going to talk about some of those strong altcoins shortly. They can be independent, and they tend to run as a group. Now, that said, there are thousands of cryptos, thousands. It depends on whose statistics you read, but anywhere from a minimum of 3,000 up to 7,000 decentralized cryptocurrencies. Decentralized means they have no government or bank controlling them, and this is the investment world of today. And we're going to talk some more about some of the key altcoins, because some of these things are making huge gains. I mean, we've talked about Cardero. I grabbed Cardero at 16 cents and then stepped out because I went into another crypto, but I stepped out at $1.24. So that's what, 5, 6, 7, I don't know, 7 or 8 times in a very short period of time. I think it was a couple of months, which gives you an idea of the strength and power of some of these investments in cryptocurrencies. They've just done, some of these altcoins have done really handsomely. When we come back after the break, I'll talk about a couple of others that have done really well, and you can, you got to be your own, keep your own counsel on this stuff, but I'm a big fan, and I think there's great opportunity here. All right, we'll come back right after this and talk about some specific altcoins. I'm John Truman Wolfe, and we'll be right back.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef. broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm John Truman Wolfe. You are listening to the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, coming to you from the sun-drenched mountains of the Los Padres National Forest, north of Los Angeles. We've been talking cryptos. So let's talk a little bit more about digital assets. There is now, it's been in existence for a little while, a fund called Grayscale. It's a cryptocurrency fund. And it's like, I think, a good comparison. It's like a mutual fund. You invest in Grayscale, and they invest in cryptos. Now, they're a little bit more focused, or can be a little bit more focused than a mutual fund, because Grayscale, you can buy into the whole pot, the whole kit and caboodle, because they have several cryptos, or you can select, they have several individual cryptos that they include in their menu, and you can select individual crypto accounts. So you can go there, you've got professionals doing the trading. There's a charge. I don't have that charge right to hand, so I'm sure it's on their website, grayscale.com. It's interesting because these guys, the video that they have on their site attacks gold. You should see it. Gold's dead. Gold's a unperforming asset. I think the campaign, the 30-minute, it's a 30-minute commercial on their site, video on their site, and it's called Drop Gold. Now, these guys are idiots because that's not the right approach. The right approach is not cryptos or precious metals. It's both. cryptos are the hot, potentially high return, but very volatile investment structure area. Precious metals, as I talked about a minute ago, are slower moving, but let's have, our feet in both camps. Gold and silver have been used as money for 5,000 years. You don't erase that kind of thinking in the minds of the population by just running a campaign to drop gold. It's odd that they attack gold, but my guess is their research, and this is a guess, but if you look at the results of their campaign, this is probably a good guess, that they did their research and found that, people that, do investing have gold, and they like to be safe with gold, and they like to insure against inflation with gold. Now, inflation seems to be driving the cryptos as well, but, when real inflation starts to raise its head in a meaningful way, and it can't not do this, folks. To go back to what I was saying earlier, you can't pour trillions of dollars into an economy and not increase in production without increasing production, and expect that they're not and expect there to be inflation. I'll say it backwards. I've given this example before. I'm going to give it again in case you're a new listener. This is a good, simple example of inflation. Inflation is the increase in the amount of money in circulation in relation to the goods and services. If you increase the money supply and the goods and services, then you don't get inflation, because the money that's available buys what there is to be bought. But if the production, if the products and services, if the GDP stays essentially the same, but the amount of money in circulation dramatically increases as it has, then you get inflation. If 20 people in a room have got $10 and I'm at the front of the room and I've got an orange and they're all hungry, the orange will probably sell for $10. If each of those people have got $100 in their pocket, the price of that orange will be closer to $100. Yeah, so that's inflation, and that's what's coming. We'll get into the details of that when we come back, and what you need to do about it. I'm John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We'll be right back.
Does your current bathroom need to be updated immediately? Introducing One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling, the complete and hassle-free way to get the new bathroom of your dreams in as little as 1 day, and for as little as $199 a month. Yes, the experts at One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling will come to you anywhere in the country and show you all the customized options. Now you can have a brand new bathroom in as little as 1 day. Large or small bathrooms, if you want a new bathtub or shower installed, we can do it in as little as 1 day. And if you call right now, you can save $750 off your remodel. We make it easy by offering you financing as low as $199 per month. Call now to schedule your free in-home consultation.
855-525-7454. 855-525-7454. That's 855-525-7454.
When you really want Italian food, you have got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Well, buckaroos and buckarees, Columbo's has seen to it that you can enjoy and luxuriate in all the splendor that is Columbo's, and in the comfort of your own home. Yes, just call 323-254-9138 and say you are commissioning them to prepare the finest steaks, the freshest fish offerings, Colombo's family Italian specialties, including the world's greatest meatballs with the greatest of dispatch. Then, motor on over to Colombo's for your gustatorial treasures. In these times of trials and turmoil, it's the least you can do to bring about some joy and yum-yum to your loved ones. Yes, Colombo's, of course. That little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Colombo's.
Mangia bene.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
When you invest, what do you need? Investors need foresight and prediction so they can invest with confidence. Is the stock market going up and down? What about precious metals or Bitcoin? The stock market may be treading water right now, but now may be a more opportune time to invest in precious metals. Are gold and silver booming? What do you buy? Bullion? Mining stocks? Which ones? The cryptocurrency market is also advancing strongly, but which ones do you buy? John Truman Wolfe, former banker and #1 best-selling author, gives you the answers in his widely read newsletter, Strategic Financial Intelligence, available at strategicfinancialintelligence.com. Wolfe called the breakout of the gold market and the breakout of the silver market. He may not have a crystal ball, but his investment picks tell a story. Metals and digital currencies are on the move. Don't miss out. Go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com and get the Strategic Financial Intelligence newsletter today. strategicfinancialintelligence.com.
Okay, folks, we're back. John Truman Wolfe here with the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Thanks for being with us. We've been talking cryptos and talking, among other things, about Grayscale, which is I think they call themselves a hedge fund. It's more like, for me, just in terms of practicality, it's more like a mutual fund, and they invest in cryptos. And so you can invest there in Grayscale, and it'd be like investing in a mutual fund because they have accounts that cover a number of cryptos. I don't know the exact number, but I think it's around a half a dozen, maybe a little bit more than that. Bitcoin, Ethereum, certainly, but some others as well. And then you invest in the company, and then you've got supposedly you've got experts trading cryptos. Now, that said, you can also there select certain cryptos and just focus on a particular coin, a particular cryptocurrency. And I don't know the exact number they've got up there, but it's not a huge number. But, if you like, let's say, Chainlink, which is one that you can invest in there individually, because that's done very well, and it looks like Chainlink looks like it's got a really nice upside potential. You can invest in Chainlink. Another individual currency crypto that you can invest in there is Filecoin. I love this one. I can't remember what I paid for it when I bought it. I think 20 cents, maybe a quarter. And it's trading now at about 85 cents. So you got 3.5 times in a reasonably short period of time. And Filecoin is kind of cool. It's like Well, the best way I can describe it, and I'm not into the programming and all that stuff, but the best way I can describe it is, you have the cloud, iCloud, Apple's iCloud, and all your data goes up there. I'm sorry, I don't trust it. It's not necessarily that I don't trust Apple. It's just it's there to be hacked. Somebody controls those things, and they can look at your information and your files, and maybe you don't want your files looked at. So I don't have my stuff go to the cloud. I mean, I know most people, I don't know about most people, many people do. And they send their stuff to the cloud and it gets stored. And where is it being stored? It's being stored on some computer at Amazon. That's the cloud. some computer someplace else. It's not up in the sky. Trust me. But Filecoin, as I read their description, enables you to file things in a decentralized manner. What's that mean? It means that nobody can get in there except you. So I think that's very cool. You can store things online and not have other people looking into it, looking into your information, even just to check it. It's interesting that Filecoin had a nice run up from about 25 cents, and it roughly doubled into the 40 some odd cents, and then Grayscale agreed to include it as part of its or one of its cryptos that you could individually select on their site, and it jumped up to I think about 90 cents. It's trading at 85 cents last I looked. So, it's a purchase at you say 25 cents, it's up to 85 cents. That's almost 3.5 times. So they recommend it. You can go to and check. They have digital currency. They, meaning Grayscale, have got digital currencies that they recommend. I don't know all of them. Two of their top recommendations are Chainlink and Filecoin. I say top recommendations are recommendations that they make for people to invest in. And I, as a matter of coincidence, and I mean coincidence, I have those. And I like them, and they have both done very well. Filecoin, as I said, has done, much better. I mean, just boom! You look at that graph; it's like straight up. It's a pretty thing to see. It's a gorgeous thing to see. I just looked at my notes here. So I paid 26 cents for it in February 6th. So we're at March, so we're maybe 5 weeks ago, and it was at 86 cents. So it's up, as I said, about 2.5 times. I think it's going to do even better because this whole concept of, having a place, quote, in the cloud or away from your computer that you store stuff, it's a great concept, but you want to have one that's entirely secure. And as I understand, Filecoin is something that they provide. Daily now, we are inundated, we meaning me and those that work with me, are inundated with news as to the growing acceptance and use of digital currencies. Jerome Powell, talking in Congress yesterday, talked about the fact that, digital currencies will work with regular currency. And trust me, that will last only so long. I'm sure it'll be introduced that way, that you can, have both your cash and your digital currencies. But trust me, cash is going away. It won't be here. It'll be a relic. All right, I'm John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, and we'll be back right after these messages. Do stay with us.
Now it's time for MedVed's Entertainment Minute.
In a ritzy Manhattan hotel on the eve of a major society wedding, Chloe Grace Moretz plays a new hire who's charged with getting rid of an annoying mouse, using a determined cat, of course, in the new movie version of classic cartoon characters Tom and Jerry, now streaming on HBO Max.
If a picture of this mouse is tweeted out, we will be ruined.
No, sir, we're not ruined because it's not going to happen. That rodentia is toast.
These classic cartoon characters, going all the way back to the 1940s, are still chasing each other and tormenting each other relentlessly. It's all goofy and good-natured, but the main characters still don't talk, and an insistent, intrusive hip-hop film score doesn't really bring them into the 21st century. It's rated PG for lots of cartoon violence. The film is technically impressive and intermittently entertaining. 2.5 stars for the new incarnation of Tom and Jerry.
Attention real estate investors. Do you need cash immediately? If you own one or multiple rental properties, you can use your equity to get cash out fast. The best part is we don't need tax returns or even a good credit score. At America's Loan Source, we are not a bank and we don't have bank rules. We make the decisions to loan you money, and there's no limit how much we can give you. Some clients have gotten as much as $500,000 or more within days. Use the money any way you want. If you own one rental property or 100 and COVID has left you in a cash crunch, we can help you turn your equity into fast cash. Call now for details and close in as little as 10 days and get the cash you need. 800-353-1760. 800-353-1760. 800-353-1760. That's 800-353-1760.
Okay, folks, we're back. John Truman Wolfe here. Thanks for being with us with the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Anyway, the growing acceptance of cryptos, as indicated by the fact that the chairman of the Federal Reserve Board testified before Congress that, yes, they'll be, they'll have to exist together, cryptocurrencies and cash and regular currency. And I repeat, I think that's the way they'll introduce it so that you don't have the fear of loss of your cash. But it's going away, ladies and gentlemen. Mark my words. I don't have the date. I don't know at what point in the future there won't be any cash. Cryptos will be more formally introduced into your bank accounts. And at some point, cash will be pulled. Why? We've talked about this before, but just to go over that, the government can't, monitor cash. They don't know if you got 10 grand sitting in your safe at home and you go spend it on something you want to spend it on. The government can't monitor that. They can't keep an eye on you. There can't be government surveillance. With cryptos, or not cryptos, that's actually the wrong word, with digital currencies, they can. Now, it's not true for cryptocurrencies. It is true for the digital currencies that banks will be issuing. Your bank account will be zeros and ones. It will be cryptocurrencies. And every place you spend those cryptos, the government will be able to monitor it. So I think digital currencies as replacement for cash is a complete 1984 surveillance state operation that is coming. I don't think there's any question that it's coming. And it's another reason, in my opinion, to hang on to some precious metals. because as that happens and cash is either outlawed or at least not generally accepted by merchants, and I know that may sound like a hard concept to you now, but it won't down the road. The value of precious metals, of a 1 ounce silver round or a 1 ounce gold round, will go up and up and up because cryptos are becoming more and more part of society. We talked, I think, in the last show about the fact that Massachusetts Mutual, I think they're the oldest insurance company in the United States. It just put $100 million of their reserves or their their clients' money. It's the corporation's money, but put there by thee and me into Bitcoin. $100 million in this old, very conservative insurance company. There's an article here that I pulled last night. Morgan Stanley becomes the first big U.S. bank to offer its wealthy clients access to Bitcoin funds. So it says the investment bank told its financial advisors Wednesday in an internal memo that it's launching access to 3 funds that enable ownership of Bitcoin, according to people with direct knowledge of the matter. So these would be funds like I mentioned, Grayscale. I'm not promoting them for any particular reason. They probably have the highest profile of all of these funds. They have good PR. And so it would be like that, like mutual funds for cryptos. 2 of the funds on offer are Galaxy Digital, a crypto firm founded by Mike Novogratz, while the third is a joint effort from asset manager FS Investments and Bitcoin company NYDIG. So Grayscale isn't even mentioned there. Morgan Stanley is only allowing its wealthier clients access to the volatile asset. The bank considers it suitable for people with, quote, an aggressive risk tolerance who have at least $2 million in assets held by the firm. Investment firms need at least $5 million at the bank to qualify for the new stakes. So here you are, Morgan Stanley, which is, Bank of America affiliated, that has, I think they've got trillions under management, is now going, okay, good. Well, we'll make cryptos available to our investment clients. So you've got the oldest insurance company in the United States pouring $100 million into Bitcoin. You've got Morgan Stanley, one of the biggest and oldest investment houses in the United States, probably in the world. Not probably in the world, definitely they'd be one of the biggest in the world. I don't know if they're the biggest, but certainly one of the biggest in the world. Giving their clients access to cryptos, and in many cases like that, the firm or the customer basically turns the money over to the investment manager and goes, "You do what you think's best." And this will be a major boost for. It'll be another major boost for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So we're going to come back and have one last look at the cryptos and what they may be doing in the future. I'm John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Let's talk about your credit cards. When you first start using them, it's a slow drip. You make charges, then more charges, then bills come, and they keep coming. When you open your statements, the floodgates come pouring in. You realize you have more credit card debt than you can afford. and you're barely making the minimum payments. Wouldn't it be nice to make one affordable payment and have all your credit card bills covered? Make this free call and learn our responsible way to get your credit card bills paid and under control.
Sponsored by Consumer Education Services, a nonprofit organization.
800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. That's 800-876-3643.
CESI is not a loan company. The establishment of a debt management plan may adversely affect your credit rating. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase finance and other charges to undertake collection activity, including liquidation.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way. You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor today. You may be able to save on Linzess and make fewer trips to the pharmacy. See if you're eligible to pay as little as $30 for 90 days. Visit linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Ka'anapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Ka'anapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty. Ka'anapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master planned destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Ka'anapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Ka'anapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit Ka'anapaliResort.com. That's KAANAPALI Resort.com.
All right, folks, we're back. John Truman Wolfe, the final segment of the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, coming to you from the gorgeous mountains north of Los Angeles. I want to finish something to wrap this up. I want to finish something that I didn't complete in an earlier broadcast, which was an article entitled "The Best Cryptocurrency Exchanges, A to B Breakdown of the Top 8." And let me just run these down for those of you who want to be able to check out a possible exchange, you want to open an account. Here are 8 top exchanges from this article. Binance, number 1 pick, BINANCE. They're huge. CEXIO, CEX.IO. I've got an account there. And I think they're based in Changely, CHANGELLY, Changely, is an exchange. 4th one, Xcoins, another top crypto trading platform. X, the initial X, and then coins, Xcoins. The 5th one is Coin Mama, COINMAMA. The article here says this is the best place to buy Ethereum. And this is not just Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, and on it goes. Number 6 is Poloniex, POLONIEX. Number 7 is Local Bitcoins. And number 8, Coinbase, the best crypto exchange for reoccurring buys, it says. I've got an account at Coinbase. I think they're the largest in the United States. It's my understanding. And they're going public. So there's those are 8 crypto exchanges which you can check out. They come recommended by this article. I'll conclude the hour with a bit of self-promotion and encourage you to subscribe to Strategic Financial Intelligence if you're not. We do research on not only the cryptos, which we spent most of the show on, but on precious metals, good precious metals mining stocks, and also other issues. I mean, from time to time, I take up political issues. I did an in-depth research on George Soros a while back and published an issue called The Dark Lord of American Politics. George Soros is a bad dude. And a few months ago, did an article on Bill Gates, who's not too far behind Soros as a negative force on the planet. So there is some politics. I've done some extensive research on government surveillance, the fact that Google was originally funded to some extent by government intelligence agencies. So I view Google as a front for government intelligence, and I have seen nothing to dissuade me otherwise. So the newsletter reveals all these things. We talk cryptos, we talk precious metals, and we talk and expose government surveillance. It can be obtained at strategicfinancialintelligence.com, strategicfinancialintelligence.com. I'm John Truman Wolfe, #1 best-selling author and author of Strategic Financial Intelligence. Thanks so much for being with us today. And every Thursday at 4 o'clock, we'll look forward to talking to you next week. Have a great weekend, folks. I'm John Truman Wolfe. So long.